Do you ever feel completely lost in the dating world? As if you've done everything you're supposed to, being nice, letting her space out, just being yourself, yet somehow you always end up baffled, annoyed, or worse, heartbroken? What if everything you know about attracting women is wrong? Today, I'm lifting the veil of secrets of female psychology. These are the silent weaknesses that are found in every woman's mind. The ones they never talk about in public, but ones that every man must be aware of. Stay with me until the very end, because what I am going to share with you could completely shift your dating and relationship model. If you're prepared to receive these groundbreaking revelations, then put "I'm ready" in the comment section now. Don't miss a second of what's about to follow, I promise. Let's be real. The dating game is rigged from the get-go and not necessarily in your favor. You might have observed that the men who are always successful with women are often the ones who don't follow conventional advice. They understand something that most men don't. Women aren't the purely rational, logical beings you've been taught to believe. Their attractions are heavily rooted in emotion, and interestingly, many women aren't even consciously aware of why they're attracted to certain men. That's what I'm going to reveal today. We're going to explore 5 fundamental truths about women's psychology, and I'm going to show you how to use this information, not to manipulate or hurt, but to create deeper, richer, and more emotional connections. This is not glossing over the truth or retreading old tips. We're going to the core, honest and unflinching, and it could completely turn your relationship knowledge on its head. So prepare yourselves before we proceed. If you already know that this video is worth the watch, press the like button. And if you want to avail of deeper, honest advice that actually works in this day and age, subscribe now. Now, let us proceed to the first truth. Truth 1. Unwavering consistency captures her attention. Today, women are absolutely inundated with options. Their phones are constantly ringing with texts, they're bombarded with compliments from strangers, and there are dating apps that offer an endless smorgasbord of potential partners. And yet, why do most men continue to lose at the dating game despite all these tools at their disposal? The solution is consistency. Most contemporary men are not consistent. They go back on their word, change their minds, and quit too easily. And guess what? Women catch on to this habit right away. This is the harsh reality. Women do not trust so easily. They've grown to expect men to disappear when things become difficult, whether that is after a series of dates, weeks, or even months. They're always on guard. Why? Because disappointment has been their repeated experience. They've seen firsthand how many men are absent when required, make promises and don't keep them, and are generally unreliable. This is the reason why a man who does what he says does and decides will immediately stand out from the rest. Being consistent goes far beyond being on time. It's about being steadiness in every aspect of your life. You must be the man who does not only say what he's going to do, but does it without hesitation. In an era of dating with so many commitment-phobic, wishy-washy men, a man who follows through on his word shines like a beacon in a tempestuous sea. Commit little. If you say you're going to text later, text. If you promise to call at a specific time, call precisely on the moment. Rigidity does not equal consistency. Reliability does. She needs to sense in her heart with unshakable certainty that you're a man who follows through on his word. Because in the fast-paced, often shallow environment of today's dating scene, reliability is one of the most attractive qualities you can offer. Truth 2. Authentic confidence attracts her. We've heard it repeated so many times. Women are attracted to confidence. But what exactly is confidence? True confidence isn't arrogance and being the loudest dude in the room. True confidence is an inner, unshakable feeling that you're enough exactly as you are. This type of confidence is appealing because it's so rare, especially in today's world where so many men feel like they have to constantly prove themselves to everyone. Women are instinctively drawn to confident men. Why? Because confidence speaks volumes about security. Think about it. Women also have insecurities. They worry about their appearance, how others perceive them, and whether or not they're good enough. When a woman meets a man who is not easily swayed by the opinions of others, who doesn't need others' approval to feel good about himself, it's like a breath of fresh air to her. That's why strong men rise above an ocean of doubt. Far too many men derive their confidence from things outside of themselves, their career, their looks, their standing. But what then when they're taken from you? Inner confidence comes from within. It's a sense of knowing your inherent worth despite what's occurring in your life. When you finally grasp this inner confidence, something amazing occurs. It is becoming at ease with your flaws, being okay with yourself in total, with your imperfections, and see how women react to the self-confidence and realness you exude. Truth 3. Ambition ignites her fascination. Ambition is among the most powerful qualities a man can possess in the world of today. If complacency is rewarded and mediocrity rules, the ambitious man stands out immediately. Why? Because women are drawn to men with direction and drive to arrive there. A man with vision and drive indicates he's moving towards something better in his life. But let's get rid of a myth. Ambition is not making a billion-dollar company or working 80 hours a week. Ambition is direction. You're doing something for a reason. You're not comfortable with good enough. You're always trying to do better than you did yesterday. Women want to be with a man who is ambitious and driven because it makes them feel part of something bigger than themselves. But this is where the mistake that most men make lies. They talk about being ambitious, but don't demonstrate this through action. You can't be ambitious in your words only. You have to prove it in your job, self-betterment, hobbies, and projects you engage in outside your core work. Ambition isn't about being flawless. It's about forward momentum. Begin with short and long-term goal setting. Not necessarily epic ones, but challenging enough to push you out of your comfort zone. Want a promotion? Create a plan and get it done. Want to learn a new skill? Do it. Want a slimmer body? Will yourself into exercising every day. A woman will subconsciously want to be involved in your project if she gets to see your real desire. Truth 4. Emotional restraint flames her desire for intrigue. Now about that infamous bad boy appeal. Girls go crazy about those types like flies to the flame, and it's not because they are heartless and horrible. Bad boys possess characteristics which inherently cause girls to lose their minds: uncertainty, mystique, restraint in emotion. The bad boy is nonconformist. He never apologizes for being himself. He never pampers women to death, nor tries all the time to do what they like. And it's precisely for this reason he is so attractive. Women aren't looking for men whom they can fully manage. They would like to be with a man who is his own man, a man whose life isn't centered on theirs. Bad boys are masters of creating emotional ups and downs that bring women back again and again. The chase, the anticipation, the sense that he's just out of reach. These are what are so irresistible about the bad boy. But listen up, you don't have to turn into a jerk in order to have these qualities. What you must do is understand how this is done and use it in a way that suits you. Leave some mystery. Don't reveal all about yourself to her at once. Let her wonder. Don't be available 24/7. Don't be that guy who's available 24/7. Let her wonder where you are and what you're doing. Get control of your emotions. If she's upset, remain calm. If she's happy, enjoy it, but don't overdo it. The rule is emotional control. Be the rock in the storm, not another wave. Instead of trying to be the bad boy cliche, Strive to be the confident, driven man with healthy boundaries and no need for validation. That is the real power of the bad boy fantasy. Truth 5. Calculated attention increases her interest. We are living in a time when women can accumulate hundreds of men's affirmation with the touch of a button. They overwhelm their mailboxes with flattery, their comment streams with admiration from men seeking to be noticed. As attention has become so readily attainable, it almost has no value. The men who will truly make an impression are the ones who do not immediately descend into toilet flattery for women. Think about it economically. Anything that is abundant is not valuable. When attention is limited, it is valuable. When you pull your attention back a bit, you communicate that your attention is valuable, something that she has to work for. So from today onwards, stop offering your attention up for free. Stop pining after her on the conversations. Do not like all of her social media status updates automatically. Do not be that fellow waiting around to approve her. Direct your attention inwards. Become the fellow who leads his own full life. Become the fellow who is not so easy to influence just because a woman looks good. When women feel like they have to work for your attention, they'll value it a lot more. Conclusion: the road to true connection. We've discussed 5 critical facts about women's psychology that most men never discover. With awareness of these principles, you now possess wisdom that places you light years ahead of your competitors. Remember that these are not manipulations or games. They're about seeing the basic psychological patterns that form attraction and using that as a way to build more stable, more substantial relationships. The dating scene these days is tough, but with these facts as your guide, you will be able to ride the waves of it successfully. You now have the tools to stand out in a crowd of individuals and create the kind of charismatic presence that naturally draws women to you. Most importantly, try to be the best version of you possible. Solid, confident, focused, master of your emotions, and selective about where you place your attention. If you possess these qualities naturally, you won't need to chase women. They will find themselves drawn to your real power. What was one realization from today's video that made the most impact for you? Leave it in the comment section below and subscribe for even more honest, blunt advice that works in modern dating. Next time, be reminded, actual attraction is never about tricks and methods, but becoming a man of real character and substance.